Anybody want coffee? I'm making a full pot, fresh pot.
Hey, pot's on. Pot's on.
Pot's on.
Pot's going on.
Fresh pot of coffee? Huh? How about you? You want fresh pot for a Friday morning?
Hey, we got a fresh pot of coffee over here.
I got a pot of coffee over here. You guys, have you seen that guy? I showed my dad that guy that for the first time a couple days ago. The New York firefighter that's always yelling that he's making coffee. I'm making coffee over here. Anybody want coffee?
That's great.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, I like that guy. That guy and Ticked Off Vic. He's funny too. You ever see that guy?
No, I haven't. What does he do?
He's just always pissed off. Ticked Off Vic.
TikTok.
And another thing. Let me tell you about another thing. It's great.
That is awesome.
He's just always fired up. So yeah, greetings, Big Bear. Greetings, people. Happy Friday, everybody.
Salutations. How's everyone's week going? It's Friday morning. Welcome to the Friday Morning Drive, also known as the weekly wrap-up. And where, if you're new to the show, this is where we talk about weekly news. We also try to spread positive vibes to start your Friday and your weekend off right. We have no problem if you're new to the show, citing your opinions when you leave a message, but know that it is just that. It is an opinion, just like Dave's opinion and my opinion. They are all opinions, and sometimes we need to agree to disagree, and that's what this show's about.
That's right. Hey now.
We don't care what you think. We just want you to think. Right?
Yeah, I heard that somewhere before.
Close? I think I got it close.
I heard that somewhere before. Yeah, I like that.
So we've got a few messages to kick off the show, and then Dave, go ahead and tease them. What kind of articles are we looking at today?
Oh, are we looking for a little teaser here?
Of course, a teaser.
I got a little teaser for you. Yeah, I got one right here.
All right, give me the burlesque show.
So, kind of a crazy week here. Unrest erupts after a man was fatally shot during arrest attempt in Minneapolis. Wow. Really? Deja vu. Then we've got kind of just a bizarre, crazy one. During the pandemic lockdown, traffic deaths soared to the highest level in 13 years. Like, go figure. Wait a minute. There's nobody on the road. Interesting, right?
Yeah, and then very interesting.
Yeah, and then I figured we'd wrap it up with there was a fire that unfortunately killed 10% of the world's giant sequoias. So yeah.
Wow. And isn't a sequoia tree isn't it? I mean, I might be talking out of my ass here, but isn't a sequoia tree or no, that might be asps, but I think there's an entire forest where they think it's like all one tree, and I thought it was sequoia.
Not sure about that, but they are the biggest in diameter, the largest tree in diameter.
Okay.
So Sequoia Gigantea, they're one of the redwood varieties, but they're the girthy one, not the long one, not the tall one.
Gotcha. Sure. not the chodes of the tree world. Is this what we're expecting?
Yes.
It's so funny. None of you will really get this, but I go frisbee golfing, and there's this one park that I go frisbee golfing at. It's called Wheeler Park, and there's these benches that are at the tee off of every hole, right? So sometimes there's picnic tables, and people will draw a full circle, and then they'll write frisbee disc charging station, right? So it's stupid.
Oh, that's funny.
But we all throw our discs out there to charge them, And but there's one that's a little bit smaller, and it says chode station. So we always
nasty.
Right? We always joke. You're just like, all right, whose turn is it to charge their chode today?
Leave a couple tissues on the ground.
Of course. And maybe a bottle of lotion.
Oh God. Jergens, the best for Jergens.
Oh my gosh. So I mean, we have some interesting topics today. Do we have anything to leave off on a positive note? I know you usually try and do that.
Of course, definitely.
Of course.
We always do that.
All right. That's fine. So let's get we have a couple callers today. Longtime friend of the show. No. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh no, not the giant sequoia.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The best thing about Frisbee golf, and I'm just going to, first off, I did not know. I've been playing since I was 18, maybe younger, because we've always had a course in our park district. And it's it's free to play. All it costs is a disc. So, you go to a local convenience store, or they've got them at Dick's Sporting Goods now, or 7-Eleven constantly sells them.
It doesn't cost disc to play.
Yeah, that's all it costs is a disc. You just go buy a disc for like $15, and then you just go out there, and the tees are there. The holes are all there. It's all park districts, so it's a good activity to do with your family.
Well, you know what, Bear?
What's up?
If you don't shop at Dick's, you don't know Dick.
You don't know Dick.
Just
it's funny because I had a buddy that worked at Dick's, and his favorite thing while at work was all these moms that would because they allow you to stack coupons. So they'd be stacking coupons on coupons on coupons, and then they'd just go, "Oh my God, I love Dick's." Right? That was his secret little chuckle every day. Was just
right.
Yeah, that was it.
You see him counting the coupons. 1 little dickie, 2 little dickie,
yeah, right?
3 little dickies, 4 little dickies.
1 dick coupon, 2 dick coupons. I give out
3
dick coupons. Different.
3 dickie coupons.
Oh, we're having a good time here. Let's go.
So, you know what that reminds me of, Bear? The best part of waking up is semen in your cup. Wait a minute. Wait. No, that's Maxwell. Maxwell's. Sorry. Wait.
No, it wasn't. It was. I thought it was Folgers.
Oh yeah. Whoops, Folgers.
Actually,
I got the Jerkins.
So if you like audio dramas, right? Because you listen to my brother and I's audio drama, right?
Oh yeah.
John Clark. So if you like podcasting and you like audio dramas, for those of you that are listening, there's a show. It is 10:10, by the way, Chicago time. So I never tell everybody. But if you like podcasts, you like audio dramas, there is a show that sadly didn't make it past the pandemic. I was really hoping that they would. But they have 99 episodes, so that's a lot of listening. That's a great story. It's called King Falls AM. Okay, King Falls AM, and
AM or AF?
AM. Okay, so it's about 2 radio hosts that host a late night AM talk show, kind of like you and me, except we do it in the morning. And but they host this talk show in the sleepy town of King Falls AM. It's like a little mountain town where just weird shit happens. They have werewolves, they have vampires, they have abductions, they have robots. It's craziness. So there's an episode where it's a Christmas episode where one of the characters, Elf on a Shelf, comes to life. And
the Elf on a Shelf.
And has a personal vendetta against that character for stuffing him away and never bringing him out of Christmas boxes again, right?
Oh, that's awesome. Don't feed the Elf on the Shelf after midnight, right?
His name was Alvin, and he was Alvin the Angry Elf.
I love it.
One of the best lines in there, which you remind me of, was he would sing, one of the best part of waking up is Elf dick in your cup. Because he was pissing in his coffee.
That's what I'm talking about. See?
Oh man, it's a great show.
So
honestly.
it's only happened to me once that I mistook a pee bottle for lemonade.
Ooh. All right, let's go with line number 1. You're live on the air.
Good morning, boys. Always a pleasure to hear you and another thing and Big Bear Radio on a Friday. Hey, speaking of opinions, you know they're like assholes. Everybody has one, and sometimes they stink.
Yes,
That is
they
true.
do. Right? Some people's opinions are just, whoo, P-U. Speaking of which, I got into it a little bit with this guy who was like, hey, Reagan's my favorite president. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's go down the rabbit hole of factoids about Reagan. But anyway, that's a whole nother show.
Oh, okay. We're going to continue that. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to send a little
ditty,
just a little,
so
not a ditty, just a little ad.
There's another one
on my story.
Yeah. There's another one. I don't know if you heard, Bear. There was a leak of Fauci's emails recently through what is it? Through Buzzsprout, through BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed released thousands of Dr. Fauci's emails. And there's another article, 5 things we learned from Anthony Fauci's emails. So that's pretty interesting.
Okay. Well, let's get into it. I mean, we don't have any more callers for the beginning of the show. The way that we like to do it is that we like to present an article and discuss it, and then allow the listener, to call in and comment. And, we might try to add a co-host, like maybe instead of just a little message, if one wanted to and had a lot to say,
if they were interesting,
yeah, if we like them, exactly. If we like them,
if you cut the mustard, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
Sure. So let's start with our first topic of the weekly wrap up. What do we got here? And another thing.
Well, let's do it. Let's jump into that first one I was talking about there. I haven't even read this one yet. To be complete disclosure, it's been a little bit of a long week, and whatever. So,
painting another house or what?
No, I'm just juggling some stuff over here. I was putting together some furniture. Trying to put together an office, and
nice.
Bought some furniture from Home Depot, and oh my God, I bought it offline because I didn't want to have to move. I figured I could get it delivered and have them bring it upstairs.
Sure.
But no, they left it at the front door. So I should have just bought the model that was already assembled at Home Depot. But no.
Do they allow that anymore? Because I've asked, and there's some people that are just like, no, we don't have a box for that, so we can't sell it.
Right. No, they actually had 6 of them ready to go at the store.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, so I'm kind of kicking myself because I was up till 1:30 in the morning assembling this thing, and now it's kind of stinky because it's new furniture, so it's off gassing. I'm like, damn, I should have bought the display model.
Sure.
You live and you learn, right? Hey, it's only cancer.
Well, I mean, at least you know that you built it. When we're buying it from a store, you're gonna trust somebody else's craftsmanship, maybe from Home
There we
Depot.
go. So when it falls apart, I know who to curse at, right?
Exactly, yourself.
So this one we've got unrest erupts after a man was fatally shot during an arrest attempt in Minneapolis. Crazy. Minneapolis again. Really? Man, what a hotbed. So this was, from NPR, June 4th, 2021, at 10:48 a.m. Eastern time. So crowds vandalized buildings and stole from businesses in Minneapolis' uptown neighborhood after officials said a man wanted for illegally possessing a gun was fatally shot by authorities, who were part of a task force trying to arrest him that included U.S. Marshals, a task force. So that sounds interesting, right? It wasn't just a bunch of cops. It was a task force.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, exactly. Normally they just send out a call. Hey, there's a guy with a gun. Go get him. They had time to put a task force together.
Well,
following the Thursday after. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, have you ever played like any of the GTAs?
No.
Any of Grand Theft Auto? Have you played any of them?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was just like. Did he get up to 4 stars? Jesus Christ!
Exactly.
So all of a
APV,
sudden,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
okay. So what is it? 1 star is like a cop. 2 stars is the cops are coming after you. 3 stars is you have the cops and a helicopter, I think. And then
Yeah.
4 stars is the FBI, and the 5th star is the army with a tank. So this guy got up to what? 3 stars, 4 stars, 3.5 stars? What did he do?
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. So I want to know what he did, right? So following the Thursday afternoon shooting, a small crowd gathered in the neighborhood where the man was shot, shouting expletives at police. Imagine that. Later in the night, people vandalized numerous buildings, looted. So let's see if we can find what the guy did. Little is
Yeah.
known about
Let us know.
Thursday's shooting.
Well, I mean, shooting is just in general terrible. Like yeah, if you have a gun and you're shooting in public, like even on GTA, if you just keep shooting, you're gonna get more stars.
Yeah. The U.S. Marshal Service said a task force was trying to arrest the man on a state warrant for being a felon in possession of a firearm. So it's a warrant. It's not like, hey, there's a guy with a gun in the parking lot.
Sounds like that guy
the
needs to go
man,
to Texas.
right? The man who was in a parked car didn't comply with law enforcement and produced a handgun, resulting in task force members firing upon the subject. So if that's legit, then it sounds acceptable, right? Like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
if you happen to brandish a firearm, it's not going to go so well, you know, as far as law enforcement's involved, you know.
Well, exactly. It's one of those things like, look, hey, you're a felon, okay. You know, I'm sure you're trying to do what you got to do, but you made a mistake and you have a gun. And I mean, now again, this is all assuming that this article is correct. The information from the article is correct, but you know, you bring a gun to a cop fight. Yeah, that's not going to be good for you unless you comply like 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And even then, it's crapshoot. You don't want to be packing. You just don't want to be doing that.
No. Like I said, I think the guy should have gone to Texas because they're trying to. Didn't they just pass legislation that said they don't even have to have a permit to carry a weapon?
Yeah, which is pretty hardcore, right?
I mean, it's back to. I guess we're just back in the open West, where anybody can just carry.
Right. Hey now. Yeah, exactly, right. That's a little disconcerting there.
Well, I'm just okay. Let me just take a tangent from that Texas thing real quick. There's a reason the Wild West doesn't exist anymore because it didn't work. There's a reason that law and order was brought to towns because it was absolute mayhem. Like there's a reason that civilization moved forward from that. There's a reason that England decided that they weren't going to have their cops hold guns. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things here, and yet you guys want to just keep reversing into, well, you know what? I have the right to protect my family. And you're right, you do have the right to protect your family. You do have the human right to protect yourself and your family. But what are you protected from?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And let's be real about it. Like the statistics show, the majority of people who have a gun in the home to quote unquote protect the family somebody in the family ends up getting shot by that gun.
Well, and the other thing is like, I mean, I was raised Catholic. I don't 100% believe the beliefs, and I don't 100% believe the Bible, but Jesus said, and these are mainly Bible thumpers. Let's not be like, this is my opinion, but these are mainly people that are Christian that want to carry these weapons. And Jesus said, those who live by the sword, die by the sword.
That's right. Jesus said it, and it must be true, 'cause I'm a Catholic and you're a Jew.
Wow. Okay. Well, that happened. That happened. Tell me about this article again. What happened in the article?
I'm not Catholic, actually. I'm
What are you?
spiritual, but not religious.
See, I'm spiritual. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I see signs. I hear, I definitely try and interpret things that are sent my way. Um, and I was raised Catholic. And to be honest, if we're going to get into that real quick, from my personal beliefs, I believe that everybody's right. They just have one piece of the puzzle and they don't see the whole puzzle.
Hey, there you go. I like that.
But the problem is they think their piece is the puzzle.
That's it. Right? It goes back to flat Earth and the Earth being the center of the universe, right? Like as we learn more and more, we realize how freaking insignificant we really are in the greater scheme of things, right? Like I've heard the latest assessment is that there could be up to 9 planets that could support life in our own galaxy, right?
Yeah.
So mind blow.
That's crazy. The other thing I wanted to
love it.
So just as a blanket, like hush hush, all right, you 9 people in here and you, Dave. We are writing again for Don Clark. My brother's writing again, and he's taking on the flat earthers in this next episode that he's writing.
Be very, very quiet. Do not tell anybody.
So just be aware. Just be aware that there are some Don Clark episodes in the works, and we're writing. We actually, one of our main actresses that we lost, which is one of the reasons we stopped recording, she's back in Chicago, so we're hoping to work with her again and continue cranking out some more episodes. But I think we're going to do it differently this time. We're gonna record the entire season and make sure that that's all edited before and then release it. So that way,
there you go.
They're not waiting
That's
on anything.
A lot of work.
We're not. It's a lot of work, but it's also like it'll pay off because then as we are releasing things, they're already done. We can start working on the next one.
Absolutely. When it's done, right?
Yeah. Which
there's no
I might need your help with
pressure.
if you're still good for audio engineer.
Yeah, totally.
Cool, sweet. All right, sorry, that was a side business and also like little special tip from Big Bear Radio about what's going on in the behind of the scenes stuff. But yeah, let's finish up this article
remember,
and then we'll.
The best part of waking up.
Is elf piss in your cup? Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you heard it here first.
No, let's finish up with this first topic that we have here. So to wrap up, for anyone that's coming in new, a man in, you said Minneapolis?
Yes, sir.
Was carrying a firearm in his car. Did he lead the cops on a chase, or did he, was it, I mean, this was a task force assembled because they knew that he had a firearm. He's a felon. So they were
a warrant. Yeah.
They had a warrant for his arrest. They were going to arrest him.
Right. So this one seems almost kind of legit, but yeah, I don't know. So more is going to come out on this one, but
yeah, exactly. Hey,
but you never know. You never know. It could be legitimate. So I'm going to reserve judgment until I know more on this case. But hey, people, you heard it here first. We broke the story. Well, NPR broke it, but before it was on all the mainstream media, we broke that story, the Rodney Green one, man.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Like it blew up in the media after we did that show 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that 2 weeks ago. Which of course, like mainstream media, they've got their own agenda. They really do. And they have so much stuff going on. We've talked about that before too.
Yes, sir.
But what are your thoughts? For you, the listener, if you have any thoughts, let us know. You can call us at 555-1234. here at the weekly wrap up, or you can just leave a message because that number doesn't exist.
Yeah. Or you could dial 8675309.
There you go. That's our number. So let's take some calls here.
Hi there. Good morning, Big Bear. Good morning, and oh, that's right. You were and another thing. Good morning. I think.
Morning.
It's Friday. Thank God.
Good morning, May. Yeah, did you notice with the latest update, Bear, that you can't see our whole names anymore?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, for you, it says Big BEA.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
No, so help me out. Everybody listening, send a message to the help center at Stereo, because that's really important. Like, it's branding, right? Everybody needs to be able to see Big Bear Radio and another thing. These are our brands, and without that, who are we, right? Like, you don't know.
I'm just changing mine straight to Bear right now. Like, if
There
they're
you go.
going to limit characters, I'm just going right to Bear. I mean, I guess I could. You said it was BEA, so I guess I could eliminate the space and it would still be Big Bear. But yeah, I didn't like.
Yeah,
I don't like
if
that.
you took the dot out. Yeah, I don't like that either. It should be the whole name. And it used to be, so bad upgrade. Bad upgrade. It was a downgrade, actually.
Bad downgrade. That was terrible.
Yeah, downgrade. Down.
Back to life.
So we got another.
It is Friday in Las Vegas, and it's 90 degrees right now.
Oh my God.
Don't you wish you were here? Not really. And the high will be 108 like it was yesterday. Oh joy, oh happiness, oh rapture. Oh well, that means a lot less clothes to wear at work. Oh, I hate this kind of heat. And I've got an appointment, which I'm leaving for shortly. Time to go get my nails done. Oh yay. And I'll be coming out into it probably, about 12:30, which will be about 102-ish or so. Oh, goody, 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 goody. It's going to be hot, 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 hot. I'm already tan, thank you. I don't need any more help.
Two things.
Oh, man.
One.
That's brutal, May. It reminds me of that song, You Feel the Heat Coming Off of the Black Top, right? Like, I feel the sweat dripping off of my ball sack.
Oh, yeah. Or from the window to the walls to the sweat drop down my balls.
That's right. From the window to the wall, as a sweat dripping off of my ball. To the window, to the wall.
What I was going to go with was, don't you wish your temperature was hot like mine? No, I don't. Thank you.
No, I don't.
No,
definitely
don't.
don't.
I mean, if we're going to do weather, it is currently 81 degrees and sunny in the lovely Chicago area, and I'm in the shade and enjoying the crap out of it. It's been pretty decent, although it's going to get really hot this weekend. It's going to get really hot.
61 degrees in sunny California right now, and it's going to peak at 84 today. There will be a low of 50 this evening.
I want to live where you live because I think that is like perfect weather. That is like, high of 84, low of 50. That's like, hey, let's go to the beach, have a great day, then we'll kick it on like the sand or like back at home and like have a bonfire and you wear a hoodie and snuggle up and shit.
Then we'll have a barbecue and then we'll evacuate from a wildfire.
Well, okay, yeah, I understand that. There's give and take for everything, all right? We have tornadoes and sub-zero temperature, okay?
Oh my. Yeah, exactly. A friend of mine went to Chicago and he's like, dude, I brought all my winter clothes and they were worthless. I had to buy a whole wardrobe.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally 2 years ago, within 24 hours, it went 100 degree. It had 100 degree difference.
Wow.
Within 24 hours.
Now, I see how a bear can tolerate it. But how do mere mortals handle that?
You stay in. I don't know.
Okay.
That's
you learn to hibernate.
that's one of the things that, like, when Texas happened, I was like ignorant. I was like, Jesus, what the hell? You guys are just, it just got cold. There's ice, yeah. But then the more you learn about it, the more terrifying it becomes. It really kind of is a Katrina disaster, where, because
it kind of was a Katrina moment, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you have buildings that are constructed for that climate, right? Like in our climate, we know that it's going to be terrible, so we bury our pipes deep down so they don't get cold, and we keep them inside the walls of our house instead of outside the walls of our house so that they don't get cold.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of things climate wise, or like construction wise, that us as, Chicagoans, where, like, I found out that when Obama first went to the White House, and like they had their first snow day, and for his daughters, and it was like a dusting. You know what I mean? Like, this is something.
Right.
This is not something that stops us in Chicago. Like, a dusting? Are you kidding me? You're going in until it's 7 inches.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to school till it's 7 inches, man.
Hey, that's what she said. Hey,
yeah, right.
Hey. Oh, and make it, hey. Give me 7 inches and make it, hey. So I asked my friend to bang it twice. Oh.
Oh my God. Let's take a caller. Rocky, you're live on.
And who is a big hero to all these gun toters would be the Earp brothers, who established inside city limits you have to turn in your guns.
Yep, exactly.
That's wild.
I wasn't gonna go there either, but like, yeah, it is it's Wyatt Earp. Like, he's the one. Well, actually, it was his brother Virgil, that said, you can't carry guns in town.
Imagine
We're
that.
not saying you can't own a gun. We're not saying you can't carry a gun. You just can't carry a gun in town. Sam Elliott,
right.
Tombstone, greatest movie.
Right? I mean, it's plain simple to me. So here we got another one. State seeks 30 years for George Floyd's murderer. His defense wants time served. So can you believe that? The Chauvin defense team is trying to get him out of doing any jail time and to get away with time served and probation for murder.
Well, we have one more message. So before we get into that, let's take this last message. But wow, that is
for sure.
Yeah, so mine says, and another th, and I see Big Bear Ra. So you do have Big Bear, just Ra.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it depends on your setting on your resolution on your phone. I don't know.
Interesting.
Big Bear Ra, Siskumba.
Well, for me, it just says Dave Smith. That's all I see.
Oh, that's funny. For me, it says you, like I am you.
Yeah, for myself.
And then for you, it says big.bea ...
Interesting.
Big Bea. Hey, Big Bea. How you doing?
You know what? I've always been a fan of bumblebees, and they're big beas.
Hey, it's the biggest bea there could be a. Hooah!
So, all right, let's get into this. The time served, huh? Okay, tell me more.
Yeah, so pretty crazy. Minneapolis prosecutors are seeking a 30-year sentence from former Minneapolis police officer convicted of the murder in George Floyd's death, but a defense attorney is asking that Derek Chauvin be sentenced to probation and time served already, according to court documents filed Wednesday. Chauvin is scheduled to be sentenced June 25th, so this is going to be huge, right? This is another powder keg moment. His conviction on murder and manslaughter charges, Judge Peter Cahill previously ruled there were aggravating factors in Floyd's death. That gives him the discretion to sentence Chauvin above the range recommended by state guidelines, which top out at 15 years. Prosecutors said Chauvin's actions were egregious, and a sentence of 30 years would properly account for the profound impact of defendant's conduct to the victim's family, and the community. They said that Chauvin's actions shocked the nation's conscience. And I completely agree. I just read somewhere that after he had no pulse, Chauvin kept his knee on Floyd's neck for another 3 minutes after he had no pulse. So
Yeah, they want
just
to give
egregious. Egregious. Defense attorney Eric Nelson cited Chauvin's age, his lack of a criminal record, and support from family and friends requesting a sentence of probation and time served. He said Chauvin, 45, was the product of a quote-unquote broken system. I don't care. I don't care if he's part of a broken system. He chose to behave that way, and nobody was forcing him to do it. So it doesn't matter that he was operating in that culture.
You choose that. People were asking. It's not like he was unaware that the man was not breathing. People were straight up telling him.
27 times he begged for his life. 27 times.
Yeah. So that was a choice. That was 27 choices that Chauvin made.
Yeah, I agree.
I get it. This is Chauvin's lawyer doing what a defense attorney does, is try to get the least amount of sentence for his client. That's his job.
Yeah, that's what you pay him for, right?
That's what you pay him for. It's not his fault, his or her fault, or their fault these days. But it should not, like, there should be no entertainment of this whatsoever. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it just showed us the level to which there's a disconnect, right?
Like, take a life, you serve a life.
Thank you. Now, we're not talking eye for an eye because that leaves the whole world blind, right? But we're talking about justice. The whole world saw you murder somebody. You are going to pay, and you get to be the example now for all police officers. So they should throw the book at this guy to make him the example.
I'm sure
to put the fear of God into every other officer, just like these officers are beating black people senseless to put the fear of God into them, right?
Yeah. I mean, oh man. I mean, I get the argument.
So fired up.
Put this cop in a prison. He's gonna die. He would have to be in isolation.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I value human life. So he didn't value human life. I guess I shouldn't be affected by it, but I am. I don't. It sounds like just desserts, but again, you said eye for an eye. Everyone just is going to be left blind. Yeah. So I get why they're arguing for house arrest, but I mean, do isolated time served. Give him some yard time. Give him visitation, but just protect him. I get that. I get the fact that you don't want this dude. You don't want to send this man to his death by sending him to a prison. I get that.
Or do we? I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here because it's a tough one, right? Do you protect him more than you did Jeffrey Dahmer? Because Jeffrey Dahmer, 2 weeks into his sentence, he was killed by somebody breaking a broom handle and shoving it up his butt.
Oh my God.
So why would we not protect Jeffrey Dahmer, but we would protect this cop who egregiously murdered somebody?
I say you
throw him in general population and let it sort itself out, and that too is a message to all other officers. Like, you are not above the law. You break the law, you go to jail with everybody else, and good luck there.
No, I mean, I agree with that as well. You bring up a good point. Like, you're not above the law. You're just as human as everybody else that you put away in there.
You're not going to Club Med. You're going to go in general population with the Aryan Brotherhood, MS-13, the Bloods, and the Crips. How's that going to work out for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You might,
a tough one. And you know what?
and if,
What do you, the listener, think about this? Let us know.
right,
Leave a message.
exactly.
Do you think that this man should be? I think the real question is should this dude be in general population or not? Because I think that
Yeah, I agree.
this whole appeal is ridiculous. I think it'll be thrown out. But I'm saying there is some teeth in that with
For sure.
the fact that it's the real question is general pop or not. Do you treat this officer,
Right,
this ex-cop, do you put him in general population with a bunch of people that probably hate cops, who also, you know, probably going to have a huge beef with a killer, like a cop who was a killer, who is a murderer, who's committed a homicide. Right. Yeah, do you protect that person or not is really kind of the question. Do you protect them by keeping them out of harm's way, or do you put them in the general population where someone can do to him exactly what he did to somebody else, abuse power?
right. I mean, because the analogy we've got here is pedophiles, right? It's common knowledge, like, oh well, yeah, but they'll get theirs in jail, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he only got 10 years. Oh, but he'll get his in jail because, you know, prisoners take care of pedophiles. So it's the same thing, man. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here is the scum of society. Let it sort itself out.
It is kind of something you just have to. I mean, I'm personally struggling with that right now. Like, that's something I never really thought about. You bring up a good point. All right, let's take our callers. What do you guys think? Again, we're saying the Chauvin, the person who was convicted, right? He's convicted of murdering George Floyd. Is now appealing to try and get house arrest and time served instead of jail time.
So, Bear.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Can we coin a term? Chauvinist?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can we redefine the term chauvinist?
A chauvinist pig?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
You set it up, bro. I just knocked it back.
That was nothing but net, baby.
Nothing but net. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah, no,
Teamwork.
We can definitely redefine that term. Yeah, definitely. Let's go with line number 9.
Okay, I'm gonna get yelled at, but that's okay. I'm about to send you an article, another thing through text. You're not gonna like what I read because this was a bunch of horseshit. But anyway, I'm gonna send you something through your phone via message, and you're not gonna like it. Talking about Chauvin. Oh boy, here we go. Well, anyway, music's down for the time being. I shut it off. Hey, what do you know? There's no dead cow noises yet. Big Bear, your ears have been saved, for now at least.
My ears are very happy.
I could do my fake cow.
I'm sorry that the air conditioners keep kicking on. I'm sitting outside today, so I thought about not doing it because they keep kicking on, but it seems to be okay. They're not very.
I can't even hear it.
Good.
No, I can't hear it.
Good.
I'll probably be cursing you when I'm editing, but hey, for now it's all good.
All right. You know what? Have you and I need to talk. Maybe I should record my own side.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, we could try something like that. We could definitely try something like that. All right, let's go with Pa Rocky.
So, in my opinion, Chauvin has shown no remorse for murdering his suspect, and he's using an excuse to try to get off. So, no, He goes in gin pop. He's a criminal, and he needs to serve time.
Amen, Pa Rocky. I vote with him. I vote with you, Pa Rocky.
I mean, like I said, you bring up great points. You're not wrong. No, but I don't think anybody's wrong in this situation. It's just I internally struggle with the fact that, like, do we want to just keep promoting violence? Do we want to does violence beget violence?
Right. Well, I think this would be a positive step because I think it would seriously quell. I mean, come on, it's like it's Hunger Games. It's Hunger Games. It's Running Man. It's all that. It's like, okay, time to meet your maker.
Yeah, like you messed up.
How did you do in this life? Oh, you didn't do so well. Here you go.
Sure. No, I get that definitely. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's punishment for a reason, right? Like that's why we created the jail system. Even the people in the jail system say that the system doesn't work.
Right.
So,
but at the same time, we say that harsh sentences are a quote unquote deterrent, right? So this case and how it pans out could be the ultimate deterrent for further police brutality.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. Like, all of law enforcement is 99% reactionary.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
mean, we
are
reacting to something that happened and trying to figure it out.
Right, it's done already. The case of like a cop seeing a shooting happen and getting involved in it, that's probably 0.02% of the time. Ordinarily, somebody calls the cops and something already happened.
Yeah.
So now they got to investigate.
Yeah. No, you bring up great point. Let me take a second to thank the people that are listening here. We have Pa Rocky, we have Manny Poet, we have Turnip Horse, we have Zeus Huncho, Puddles Flow 91, Vesitva. I apologize for getting that wrong. Carrie, just a gym mom. And hopefully you're enjoying the content, and let us know. Like, leave us, you can clap it up, you can share with your friends, and you can definitely be a part of the show, because that's what, and another thing, and I really enjoy is, like, we love educating and informing. We want you to think about it. You don't have to agree with us. We just want you to research yourself, but also be a part of the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are digging what we're talking about, hit those hands right there, clap it up a little bit. That triggers the algorithm to send more people here. And not that we don't love hanging out with you folks in an intimate environment, but more people makes it more dynamic and propels the conversation, shall we say? Yes.
It does. It does. We say that a lot. And speaking of propelling the conversation, line number 9.
So I think with Derek Chauvin, I think they should just put him in the population where he arrested everybody. That would seem fit to me. I think everybody that he picked up or arrested, that's where he should be. That's exactly what I think. So if it's a drug dealer, domestic violence, murderer, child molester, whatever he's done that he arrested, I think that's the population. You put him in the population of which he arrested, and then you watch and see how long he lasts. Oh, I mean, personally, that's a sore subject with me, and it's been talked about here on radio, and I sent over that article to the morning show that I sent you, another thing, and they were like, say what? No freaking way, and kind of like, it blew up the hotline this morning. People were just infuriated by it, but anyway, yeah, put him in the general population of whom he arrested, and see how he does there, and then if he does, then...
What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? What's good for the arrestor is good for the arrestee.
I mean, should we open up like gladiators again?
Oh, there you go. Right. We force him to battle like 5 prisoners, but he gets weapons.
Yeah, let's call it Purge 5.
I like it. I like the idea. $5 per ticket.
$5 per ton. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. But you know what? We got to raise we got to fund the prison system somehow.
We got a national debt we got to take care of over here. Hey, I'm just thinking entrepreneurially over here.
You know, it's so stupid and like it's funny and stupid at the same time. Listen, government, you're the ones that keep sending out the money that we keep giving back to you. So, like, it's all a recycling of the same thing.
Yeah. Could we talk about one of the stupidest things ever? Okay, so here, you're on unemployment. Here's a check. Oh, guess what? You got to give us some of that back. Just give me less. The fuck?
Yeah. Well, in Illinois, you can actually, I've claimed unemployment recently. I'm still waiting to get it. So asking for the good vibes to make sure that comes through. But in ours, like when I registered, I could select a box that said like, do you want federal taken out and do you want state taken out? So I'm already having that stuff taken out. So which is good because
See, I didn't check the box because I don't want to give them any extra, and I'll pay them. You know, I don't want to pay them any sooner than I have to, and I don't want to give them any extra.
Yeah. No, I understand that. It's just my logical way of thinking is like, well, look, then I don't have to worry about it, and if I get extra money kicked back to me,
do that.
Then that's a prize that I didn't have. That we're having, I guess, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, can't argue with facts.
All right, let's get to this. Let's get to this motor deaths or road deaths highest since like during the pandemic, with the least amount of people on the road.
That one's kind of wild.
That's a little wild. All right. We have one more May the Poet call in, and then we'll get to that article.
Oops, I can't talk anymore. The dead cow noises are getting closer. I could hear them. Denise is just like shaking her head. Why do they have to do this on Friday? Why can't this be a Monday morning thing when we're not here? They got to come on Friday and do the lawn work? Oh, shit. Yeah, they're around the corner from us. So, Big Bear, your ears are going to be shot, and I have to stop talking because I don't want to hurt your ears. Jesus Christ, they're coming. We could hear it.
Yeah, I hear him in the background mooing away.
And hello, Denise. How are you? I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Friday. You know, just close the window. I don't know. Are the windows closed?
That's right. Thank you, May and Denise. Working hard down at KVAG in Las Vegas, the lovely radio station down in Vegas there. Sweltering hot, sweaty day at the Vag, KVAG Las Vegas. Hey, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Scent of a woman. You smell that, Bear?
I do.
So here we got this article. During the pandemic lockdown, traffic deaths soared to the highest level in 13 years. And this is NPR, June 3rd, 4:41 p.m. in the Eastern Standard Time, in case you were wondering there, Bear. Detroit traffic.
I always wonder if it's Eastern or Central or Mountain or Pacific.
I always wonder where they are too. Yeah. Seems like most of the smart people are like Chicago and East.
I'm gonna put that on my resume now. Like knows time zones. I feel like
exactly.
Not a lot of people know these days.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and having to struggle through the world that is stereo, we have become masters at time zones.
Oh my God, yes. Well,
wait, you're in the UK? Okay, 12 hours difference.
Exactly. Oh, wait, you're in New Zealand? Oh, okay, 6 hours difference.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
so here we got
tell
traffic
me about this. This
death
is so
rose
weird.
7.
How do
so
you
weird.
have the fewest amount of people driving on the road? Well, you know what? You know who drove on the road? Everybody that was going to die that year on the road.
There you go. And you know, it's probably the best year for drunk driving ever. Well, maybe not, because it's just all highway patrols and no other drunkards, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I was always afraid of running into my own like police officers.
My own self.
Well, just because Yeah, I was afraid of running into myself. But just because, like, I was a right to work, or like, not right to work, essential employee, right? I had to go into the office, so like I had to print out this piece of paper that was like a special permission just for me to be on the road.
Yeah, in case you were pulled over and they said, "Let me see your papers."
Yes, exactly. Let me see your papers. You have
Right?
papers? Thank you.
Yes, I have some right here, officer.
Oh man. But no, even I was afraid of getting pulled over and like having to show that, and so that's I would definitely not have done that drunk or anything
Yeah,
else.
exactly. Right? Yeah, so this is wild. So Detroit, U.S. traffic deaths rose 7% last year, the biggest increase in 13 years, even though people drove fewer miles due to coronavirus. The government's road safety agency reported Thursday. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration blamed the increase on drivers taking more risks on less congested roads by speeding, failing to wear seatbelts, or driving while impaired by drugs or alcohol. Oh, snap. There we go.
Yeah.
An estimated 38,680 people died in traffic crashes last year.
Wow.
That's a big pile of people. If you were to
That
stack
is
them in a
crazy.
pile,
See, and here's
that's
the
like,
thing. You stack that number on top of like the American death, COVID numbers, on top of the
oh God,
worldwide death COVID numbers, right?
oh
And that's just
man,
one city. Like how many people did we have to really, like, just for lack of a better term, shed off of this planet?
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like, oh my gosh, terrible. Just absolutely. Okay, we'll keep going. I was thinking that intoxication was involved, and I did want to point out that the general, my mother, okay, we call her the general, she had always said that accidents happen in short distances. Like the most accidents happen in short distances. So
Right,
she always
right.
said, she was always yelling at us, like, because I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go to Phil's house. She's like, make sure you wear your seatbelt. The most accidents happen in short distances. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mom.
Most accidents happen within 2 miles of home, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what she
And
was
I wonder
saying.
if that's because
Something like that.
I wonder if that's because we're like we feel more comfortable at home. We're not fully paying attention because we're like, oh, I'm right near my house. This is my neighborhood. It's all familiar.
This is exactly. I get that.
Probably, right?
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have to put on a seatbelt. I'm only going 2 blocks.
Right, right. Yeah. I've been guilty.
Oh, no,
I've been
I
guilty.
get that. Continue with the article, though.
Yeah. So the increase came even though the number of miles traveled by vehicles fell 13% from 2009. Motorcyclist deaths rose 9%. Oh, that always freaks me out. 5,015 motorcycle deaths. Bicyclists were up 5%. 846. That's brutal. That means people hit them with a car. Pedestrian deaths remain steady at 6,205. People look both ways before you cross the damn street. It's amazing. When I lived in San Francisco, 35 people a year get killed jaywalking, just because they walk out into traffic. It's unbelievable. Deaths involving large trucks
And
fell.
another thing, that's what you call
Sorry, go ahead.
Darwinism.
Well, exactly. I'm sorry, but if you walk out into a busy street looking down at your phone, that's Darwinism. Sorry. Your parents failed.
Well, I hate to blame the parents, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you got a bad semen and bad egg to begin with, right? Like, the intellect level is just through the floor, right? And then you've got the ability for like cognitive thinking, critical thinking, and decision making. That's through the floor.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it was a bad start to begin with.
I could associate that to a love of deep dish pizza, but I don't know.
I love a deep dish pizza, buddy. Don't get me wrong.
May the Poet posted a piece, so Big Bear's in Chicago. So, I had to throw a little throw a little shade on the deep dish there, but May the Poet posted a picture of this giant deep dish quiche pizza thing that she had the other day, and I was like, wow, that looks like a delicious piece of quiche.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually I just had some Lou's last night for dinner. Illuminati's deep dish pizza, Chicago classic. Oh my God. Not sponsored, but holy shit, is it great.
Not
So maybe you
sponsored,
should
but
sponsor me
could
because
be.
I'll like exactly. Lou's, I'm out here. Just pay me.
Not sponsored by Lou's yet.
Yet. No, okay,
Right.
so another tangent that I want to go on is like you said the motorcyclist struck a chord with you. That strikes a chord with me
Yeah.
too because one, I have a cousin who was on his bike, and he rides both, bicycle. He does cycling and motorbike, like cross country stuff.
Yeah.
And Van didn't see him on his Harley and broke his leg in like 3 pieces. And oh my
man.
God, like he had a wonderful time re-enlisting in the Army because of insurance purposes. But so yeah, keep an eye out. But then again, my other like side of it is it's like, dude, well, I'll keep an eye out for them when they keep an eye out for everybody else. Like when they're not like speeding down in between the lanes or like zipping around people, because like, hey, you have to be just as smart when you drive a motorcycle as the other people have to be just as smart when they drive, around you.
Yeah.
So
Splitting lanes is crazy. Like you're 6 inches away from losing a kneecap on either side. Like it's crazy.
I straight up like watched this girl on a crotch rocket, one wheelie, all the way down, an interstate, and like she's like standing on this thing, and like it's a great trick. You're very talented, but what the hell are you
Well,
thinking?
yeah, one wrong move and you're toast. Toast.
You can't, even if you are talented and you're in control of yourself and your bike, you're not in control of where what the road is. You're not in
Thank you.
control of like a random rock that kicks up.
Yep, a little bit of gravel is all it takes.
I was actually interviewed because we used to go to the Chicago Air and Water Show in Chicago. It is like every August. It's great. It's a fun time. We bring my kids. It's something that we do with my wife's family. And one year there was a parachuter, a jumper that like he died. He ended up, his parachute malfunctioned or something. He ended up slamming into a building, or I forget how he passed away, but he passed away.
That's definitely a jumper.
Yeah. God rest him and bless his family.
Yeah, that's brutal.
But I was interviewed by because it happened the day before, and I went the next day, and they did a whole memorial and everything. But I was interviewed on the news about this, and it's like, do you think that like what happened should have happened, or like that these people should be risking their lives? And I'm like, well, I think that they're choosing to do that because it's what they love to do, and they're professionals. So like, that's a professional setting. He's a performer. He's doing what he was doing, and just something went wrong. It'd be the same thing as if like a firefighter went into a building to save somebody and something went wrong. They're a professional. Like that's what their job is to do. But for someone to try and take that risk on the road in the public, like it'd be different if you were a performer and you were doing something for like Six Flags or, Universal Studios as a show, versus just out in public. Be safe. That's all I'm saying. Be talented, but be safe.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah. And with those, with motorcycle tricks, you're just counting on everybody else not messing with you. That's the crazy part. Counting on drivers to be paying attention.
That's a lot of trust.
Yeah, it's a lot of trust. I don't have that much trust.
A lot of misguided trust. All right, so we have some callers here. Let us take that.
Actually, I'm leaving. I'm going for a nail appointment by 10 o'clock, so I am getting my ass out of here, and so is she. We just got released from work. Amen. So, she's going with me. So, yeah, she's okay. She came back from California, with a couple of cute little trinkets, and, then kind of got to talking to her father. He's got a blockage in his heart that has to have open heart surgery, blah, blah, blah. So he's going in this weekend, blah, blah, blah. She's not going back to California. She'll keep in touch with her mom. She might go back out there after the surgery, which means another weekend to drive back. But when she came back, she was like, well, he was good, but there was a lot of shit about his heart going on, or a lot of talk about it. And they tried to keep the holiday weekend festive. They did a barbecue. They had family over. They had her there. She said it was really nice. Her favorite cousin was there, which she says reminds her of you because you guys have some similarities. And then she just basically chilled for a while. But
there you go. And there you have it.
And we have to.
But I'm getting out of work, so before the moo-moos get any louder and the bodies start flying off the roof of the building, we are out of here. I am logging out right after this, and then I will be in traffic and home within a few minutes, and then I just have to wait for getting my nails done, which is in about an hour. Wow, I gotta fucking move. It takes about a half hour to get me home. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, and then I gotta avoid the dead cow noises at my house because they're doing the same shit at my house. So, I don't want to go home. I'm going straight to the nail salon. Fuck this.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
All right. We have our next caller.
My mom's advice when traveling short distances is, don't peel out of the driveway. The neighbors know you're speeding. Slow down. Pay attention. Buckle your seatbelt. She didn't really have a New York accent, but that's what it sounded like in my head.
Oh, that's hilarious. At first, I heard, don't pee a lot on the driveway. I was like, oh, she said peel out. Whoops.
Peel out, yeah.
Don't peel out on the driveway. Okay, I'll go over on the neighbor's fence.
That was mainly for her brother.
Less for exactly. Hey, don't peel out on the driveway, would you?
Oh
hey, Ren, quit copping a squat on the driveway. The neighbors are talking over here.
You're eating too much asparagus. We can
why I get up and I'm having my morning coffee, I look out the window and there's the moon over Miami right there. Jesus, right there taking a squat on the lawn. I mean, I couldn't even believe my eyes.
Oh my God. It just you remind me of Betty. Betty, go fuck yourself.
Hey, go fuck yourself. I shit you not.
I shit you not.
Benny boom boom.
Okay, so yeah, that's Amori, the Taste of Chicago here in Las Vegas. That little deep dish ran me $15, by the way. To deliver by Uber Eats. And I still have half of it in the fridge. Thanks for reminding me about that. But it's all right. Once in a while, it's fun to get. It's just got pepperoni on the top, and I ordered like Italian sausage in it and ricotta cheese because I like ricotta. I could have gotten some mozzarella put in there. There's a little bit of mozzarella in there. It's all right. It's pretty good. But for $15 for 10-inch, that's a little pushy. I should have ordered their ribs instead. They got awesome ribs. But I didn't do that. I should have gotten the ribs instead. I thought about it after I ordered the pizza. I was like, shit. All right, we're getting cut out of here. Anyway, did you have to turn that back on, Denise? Really? Okay, we're on the way out. That's what's playing on the radio on my station now. Anyway, New York State of Mind, and I'm out of here. We're going to New York in another week. Woohoo!
She's going to New York.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show you, owe me, yo. It's a jug of love. Oh. Every time I hear somebody say $15 like that, it just, I have to do the whole thing.
Hey.
Okay, so actually, I think I have like the 4th to the 11th week, and then we leave on the 14th. So yeah, we're getting ready to go. Would you lower that? Anyway, had them play New York State of Mind because that's where she is. Oh, and I got an offer for an interview in Chicago, but I don't know if I'm going to take it.
Wow. Hey, never hurts to do the interview, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then be like, you know what? I know this dude. That would be perfect.
There you go. Hooah, hooah.
He's already in the area. That's how perfect it is.
That's right. Not to be confused with in the areola. Oh, wait. Never mind. Quickity quagmire. Whoops. Oh.
That's Quagmire. He's such a scamp. So, all right, what's our last topic that we got today?
So we got another one. A single fire that killed 10% of the world's giant sequoias.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's right.
I've been
the
watching
Sequoias.
I've been watching some documentaries lately, and looks like we are in a 100-year drought. California and most of the western United States has been in a hardcore drought since 2000. So this is intense.
We have to wait
Fires,
till
danger.
2100.
I'm sorry?
So we have to wait till 2100?
Well, I am not sure, but another documentary I was watching was painting the picture that this might not be a temporary thing. So this was a nature documentary about Baja California and how Baja California, Mexico used to have the same environment, geography, and climate as basically the San Francisco Bay Area. Oak trees, redwood trees, and now it's nothing but cactus. So basically, sometime in the next 1,000 years, California is going to look like Mexico. We are currently turning into a desert, and they're saying this is not just a drought year or a 20-year drought period. This is the new normal, and we are progressing into an arid climate.
All right.
So pretty harrowing. Pretty harrowing.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have the fires, you have the drought, right? The droughts, forest fires, and then we have the polar ice caps melting, which is raising the sea level.
Right. I mean, it's a lot. So check out this article. The Visalia Times Delta newspaper obtained a copy of a report that describes catastrophic destruction from the Castle Fire, which charred 273 square miles. Like, that's hard to wrap my head around. That is a massive area.
Yeah.
Of timber in the Sequoia National Park. The one good thing is that fire regenerates these trees. So if the climate doesn't continue like it is, this could actually help the growth of those trees. But another thing I've heard regarding redwoods is that a 1 degree climate change, a 1 degree increase in temperature, means the death of all redwood trees. So we're teetering right in that zone. Researchers said satellite imagery and modeling from previous fires determined that 7,500 between 7,000 and 500 and 10,000 of the towering species perished in the fire. That equates to 10 to 14% of the world's mature giant sequoias. So that's pretty wild. They cannot overemphasize how mind-blowing this is for all of us. These trees have lived for thousands of years. They've survived dozens of wildfires already. Says Christy Brigham, Chief of Resource Management and Science at Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. So pretty mind-blowing. Then they talk about the consequences of losing that many,
what are they?
Trees, green, the increase
The increase in the greenhouse gases, of course, that's one of the main things. One of the main consequences there is that, of course, we're going to have all these greenhouse gases, and you're not going to have the trees to remove them from our atmosphere.
So they say the consequences of losing large numbers of giant sequoias could be felt for decades. Yeah.
When did Melvin get here?
Melvin, my friend, Melvin the Martian.
Wait, that's not Melvin.
Please, before I neutralize you with my P-32 regulator. Yes, that's Melvin.
Marvin. That's Marvin.
Oh, wait, no. Here he is. There we go. Melbourne, Marvin.
No, I mean, but okay, let's get serious here. This is crazy. This is
Yes.
global change.
Yeah, it's cray cray. Makes me nervous. You know, I love animals and plants and things. Oh
Well,
my,
okay,
you know.
yes, but here's the thing. I mean, I was reading. I'm surprised you're not talking about this. I was reading an article where the environmentalists that are, did we talk about this last week? Where the environmentalists that are like reporting to the politicians are actually making up numbers, that they're actually not reporting the actual numbers, and the actual numbers are way worse than what they're reporting.
Oh no, we didn't.
All these scientists that are like were giving the numbers to these people are like, your guys are full of shit, and we're now blowing the whistle because this is bad, guys. This is terrible.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
No.
Listen, there's a reason we're probably exploring space and looking for places to go.
Yeah, and it's not just because, oh, what a novel idea, right? Wouldn't that be neat? Yeah, it's not that.
We've pushed our planet to the brink, and I don't think they know that there's no going back to what it is, and that what it's going to be is not going to sustain us.
True that. True that.
There's a reason we have rockets now that can launch and re-land themselves, and that he's moving and Elon Musk is trying to do multiple trips in one day now. It's because we're trying to normalize space travel.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it's not just because, we want to go take amazing photographs. No. There's a little ominous truth hiding there,
Exactly.
I mean, Elon Musk even says it. He wants us to get off of this rock before the next catastrophe happens,
Well, yeah. And I mean, I've seen reports of, and whether I believe them or not, I just see headlines of like, oh, big near miss for the Earth is approaching, or something like that. I think there's something coming that is going to be close. I don't know.
Yes, and I just heard about this recently. They so apparently this is the remnants of an asteroid that hit us before, but it's still out there, and apparently it's like the last one that caused massive, species die off on our planet. So pretty mind-blowing. But I found an article about what you were talking about here, Bear. Climate downgrade, Arctic warming. The thick sea ice in the Arctic Ocean was not expected to melt until the end of the century. Now it looks like summer ice could be gone in a decade or two.
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
And a giant shelf just broke off of Antarctica. Now, they say in the article that this was an expected break off, that this wasn't related to climate change, but just, oh my God, dude. Like, we need another. It's a huge piece of ice that just broke off and is now floating in the ocean. This is, I mean, I'm not talking about like one state. I'm talking about like a few states big.
Mm-hmm. And the one before this was the size of Rhode Island. So this is massive change happening. And what some people might not be aware of is, so when the sea ice is covering the ocean, it reflects the sun back into the atmosphere, helping the cooling, right? So when that ice is gone, now you have dark blue ocean, which is almost black. It absorbs that heat. So now the water is heating up, further melting the ice where it's touching the water, exacerbating and speeding up the whole process.
Exactly.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Those are all theories, Dave. You're a liar.
Yep. Well, and it's fun. So here it is. Wall Street Journal: to offset climate change, scientists tout city trees and ultra white paint to reflect sunlight.
Yep.
Go figure.
Yep.
Don't listen to the Wall Street Journal because they're.
I also saw a a Vice, I think, episode. It was a Vice episode about, oh God, what was it? It was a man who invented, I mean, it's basically a building, but he invented a way to, I think it was either convert carbon dioxide into oxygen, like as a giant. Oh no! It was hydrogen fuel. It was replacing like gasoline with a hydrogen fuel, and he created
Fantastic.
a way to do that. And a way to do that is like by pulling it out of the atmosphere, which he said if we were to cover the planet in 20 of these stations, we could reverse our carbon footprint.
Booyah.
Okay. And I saw this like 2 years ago. Where's this dude? Because the other part of it is that you could use this gas for any fuel. Like you could replace it in any gasoline running engine.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we would no longer need fossil fuels.
Absolutely. It's fascinating that you bring that up there. I watched a documentary on that a while back, and pretty mind-blowing. So basically, we've been brainwashed ever since the Hindenburg accident. You know, that put the fear of God of hydrogen being dangerous into everybody, right? That was total propaganda by the oil and gas industry. It wasn't the hydrogen that burst flames at all. It was the protective coating that was sprayed on the skin of the blimp. The guy that did the documentary got a hold of a 1 square inch piece of that fabric and lit it with a match. It went up like it was soaked in gasoline. So he said the tubular metal framing of the blimp did not have a method for static energy to dissipate. So static energy built up. There was a spark. It lit the skin, not the hydrogen. So we would have had hydrogen cars. And you know what the emission from a hydrogen car is? Water. So we would have had hydrogen cars since the 40s. Imagine how global warming would have been slowed down if we would have switched to a water emission in the 40s.
Yep.
Mind blow, right?
Man. And then it comes back to like the fact that you have big gasoline companies that are trying to, like, they're increasing oil, right? Didn't they just try and increase the oil, the price of oil, and then also increase the price of meat? And then something happened in the stock market that like blocked it from happening. I remember seeing a quick headline about it. I don't get too much into like stocks and business because I don't understand it. But
I don't get too much into it because I ain't got no money to invest.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
You know, but no, it's you have Nestle that wants to own the world's water, right? You have.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. It is.
There's an amazing documentary. I'll look it up while you finish your thought.
Well, no, my thought is just like we need to stop these big businesses, man. We need to, like, here we have a theory that because of the hydrogen, you know, like you have oil companies with the hydrogen propaganda, and I honestly believe that, dude. I work in media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the biggest thing that people like prey on in media is fear, because it's the most manipulative emotion. So yeah, I can believe that. Okay, so now we're stringing together, and this is a theory. I'm going to put that out there right now. Now we're stringing together this theory that, oh man, we had hydrogen engines that had O2 emissions, but is not good for gas, right? Not good for oil companies. God forbid that they should like try and get a hold of the technology and like, you know, compete in that area.
Right. Well, and so you remind me of another article I read. A hedge fund manager has been pressuring. So shareholders of Exxon and Mobil want them to go green. The companies are not doing it. So a hedge fund manager who's a major shareholder all of a sudden started lobbying and replacing people on the board of directors. So the board of
Nice.
directors are being replaced with people who
Yes.
want to go green.
That's
So
exactly what
out
we
with
need.
the old. Yeah, the old guard is dying off. But I want to go back to what you said about Nestle, right? People don't
Yep.
understand how evil Nestle is. So I'm on YouTube right here. Is water a human right? Insights with Nestle chairman Peter Brabeck. Peter Brabeck wants to own and privatize all of the world's water. He wants you to have to buy water. He doesn't want you to be able to get water. Here's another video on YouTube. Nestle faces backlash over water sourcing from drought-prone California. Okay, I'm in the Sonoma County wine country of California. Nestle pumps 350,000 gallons a day out of this county. We're in a 100-year drought. We're in the Emerald Triangle, so we need that water for weed. We're in the wine country. We need that water for wine. We're in one of the most famous beer areas in California. We need that water for beer, and we need it to drink and for our wildlife. Fuck Nestle. They've got just an app. So if you get a permit, if you buy a piece of land, you can pump as much water out of it. There's no limit, and you don't pay I pay $120 a month for my residential water bill. So they pay like $5,000 a month, and they can pump unlimited amount of water out of this state. It's unbelievable. Wow. And here's a story from AJ Plus. If you're not familiar with them, great news organization. They break a lot of stories. How Nestle makes billions bottling free water. So here's the real rub. Nestle gets a permit to pump water out of state and federal parklands for free, and then they bottle it and charge us. And the plastic bottles are causing a huge environmental problem. So fuck Nestle.
Yeah.
I mean, easier said than done, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, but where's the government to step in?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, but they're no like, where is the government to step in? I don't know. Who's lobbying for that?
Right. And here's another great documentary I suggest everybody watch. It's only 10 minutes, but Nestle Waters, big and controversial. Nestle, bigger than you know. They're the world's largest food company. Right? When my dad was on life support in a hospital, I look up, and his liquid food is made by Nestle.
Wow.
So they have a contract with ICU units to provide quote unquote food. Really?
Yeah.
So a candy bar manufacturer is providing medical grade food. Awesome.
A water, exactly. A water bottling company, candy bar manufacturing. Yeah. What else do they have their fingers in? What are other pies?
Right. But like I always like to end on something positive, Bear. There's an amazing documentary that I just saw. I've seen it twice actually, and so for me to rewatch something, it says a lot. I mean, what's my favorite movie of all time? I don't know, Natural Born Killers and Seven, right? I've seen each of those twice, and they're my favorite movies of all time, right? So for me to watch something twice says a lot, because I could just remember things, right? I saw it, like, oh yeah, no, it's right there in the memory banks. I don't need to see it. But
sure.
I just watched this one for the second time. This is Regreening the Desert with John D. Liu, Liu is his last name. It's a VPRO documentary from 2012. This guy is amazing. He travels the world and regreens the most ecologically destroyed places on the earth. And he's had phenomenal results, absolutely phenomenal results. For more than 15 years, cameraman and ecologist John D. Liu has been working on his worldwide mission to green deserts and restore biodiversity. It all started in 1995 when Liu filmed the lowest plateau in China. He witnessed a local population who turned an area of almost the same size as the Netherlands from a dry, exhausted wasteland into one green oasis.
Oh,
The
wow.
experience changed his life. From that moment on, Liu has been traveling all over the world to convince and inspire government leaders, policymakers, and farmers. With his filmed material and knowledge, Liu diligently spreads the message that restoration of ecosystems is not only possible, but also economically very meaningful.
Okay,
Backlight
see,
of
like,
companies. Sorry, go
boom.
ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, why isn't this guy leading the world? If he
Thank
knows
you.
something, why isn't this guy leading the world?
Thank you. Why isn't he on some huge board? You know, why aren't we giving this man $5 billion a year to do what he's doing? Right?
I mean, just like my birthday. For my birthday, I decided to donate my birthday to Project Water, and
Awesome.
it's a company that, like, you know, it was a YouTube ad, and it got me, man. But this guy, he used to be a promoter, and he was really good at being a promoter, and he was great at, like, making money and, you know, going to the nightclubs, and got into drugs and, like, living up his life. But he found, like, didn't find any meaning in that. Ended up going to rehab. Ended up, like, wanting to do something with his life, so like applied to be a humanitarian and got denied by everyone except for one, which was Doctors Without Borders. And they said, we're not going to give it to you, but if you pay us, we'll let you come with us and help out. So he paid them
Wow.
to go.
To volunteer.
That takes, to volunteer. Paid them to
That's
volunteer.
commitment. Yeah.
Right?
That's awesome.
That's when I was like, okay, there's something to this, dude. And, like, went to Africa and helped out, and he was a photographer. So he would take pictures for them and help out and volunteer that way. But as he was going from all these villages, he noticed, like, a lot of the problems that these health issues was in the water. And the fact that, like, kids don't get to have an education because they're too busy walking miles just to get the family's water for the day, and they're getting sick off of that water. So when he came back, he decided he was going to promote the shit out of it and try and create, you know, a fundraiser, because one of the problems is they don't have wells. They don't have, you know, proper ways to treat their water. So he started this organization, and that's what they do is they build wells in these villages. They have clean water sensors on them that go off in case anything's wrong, and they go back and they fix them. So that's what I dedicated my birthday to, is, like, to give these people. Why isn't that guy a leader? All these people that
you just
are
gave me a great
trying
idea.
What's up?
I could be the water guy and start a GoFundMe. I just want to travel to really cool places and drink water.
Yeah, right. Okay, but we have
I'll take
that,
a picture.
Yet we talk about.
I'll take a
We've
picture of me
talked about
drinking
Flint,
water in a
Michigan
really cool
multiple
place.
times.
Send me
We
some
don't
money.
even have clean water in our own backyard.
Yeah. Like
You know?
schools should start sending children on field trips to Flint. All right, children, let's go visit a third world country. Flint, Michigan.
Flint, Michigan. Exactly. Where not only did we, like, kill their water supply, but, you know, we've also started doing military exercises, flyovers and shit, because it looks like a militarization zone. It looks like
Isn't
a
that
war
wild?
zone.
I saw this in Ohio. They were doing this. They were doing it, and it was crazy. Now, tell me if I'm just a totally conspiracy theoried out nutbag, or if this raises concerns with you. The military was doing a zombie apocalypse drill in Ohio where they were going house to house. Now, do you see this as training to desensitize police from going house to house?
I mean, yeah.
Right? It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like there
I mean,
there
I
are
just
no
said
such
that
thing as zombies.
we're hell. I just watched I just saw A Quiet Place Part 2 last week, you know? Great movie. Holy crap, a great movie. But it again desensitizes a post-apocalyptic world,
Right?
you know? So it's something that's really interesting. And sometimes I think that, like, I mean, an artist has always reflected society in a way that they can understand, and in a way that interprets and allows society to like see something, to get a message. So
I think that's so important, right?
yeah, it is. It is.
Those are my
But
favorite movies.
we've neglected our messages. So let's
Our
get to
beloved
them. Let's get
listeners.
to some of our callers.
And P.S. Denise finally downloaded stereo. She has not come on there yet. I'm ratting her out. She's giving me a dirty look. Oh well, we're on the road. She's not kicking me out of her car yet, but she did download stereo, and she has an avatar, and she has not spoken. God damn it.
And there's your update.
Thank you very much.
Ooh-ah.
Much appreciated.
Ooh-ah.
Hi there, hi, and another thing. Just sending you some love and sending you some good vibes. I'm gonna miss the show. FYI, I am taking a big sabbatical from stereo for a while. I don't know when I'll be back. But I just want to tell you I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Cool. All right. Well, good vibes to EMC. And
Hope everything's okay.
Yeah, me too. I've really enjoyed her TikToks. But Em, you forgot something.
Also, Big Bear, closed mouths and closed legs. Don't get fed, okay?
Oh, okay.
Don't come for me.
No, don't come for me.
Okay.
I'm live.
Yeah, he's live. Don't come for him.
Don't come for me. I'm live. All right.
Speaking of live, I got a chance to hear the Irish dad doing a baseball game yesterday.
Oh, yeah? Where at?
Yeah. He was Chicago Sports Live.
Oh, yeah.
The Chicago Dogs.
The Chicago Dogs. Yeah. He's doing a great job. He's gonna be doing play-by-play, color commentary, camera operations. Like, so he's in a program right now that's called Sports Emphasis, that like just allows you to it's either the Chicago Dogs, or they also have the Windy City Bulls. That like they're the NBA, or like the the AAA basketball team.
Yeah.
But yeah, they call the games, they do that, and then they go through a different program, or different part of the program, where they practice actually doing it for live professional sports. Then they do their own radio show for a bit. Then they do their own live stream, like broadcast, like news type, like Sports Center type stuff. And then they put together a 30-minute documentary, which is like the last thing, like kind of a 30 for 30. So it's a good program. He's going to go through a lot. That's one of the reasons him and I aren't doing a lot of stuff, is just because he's so busy with that. And
right.
I don't want to get in the way of that. He's trying to better himself.
Hey, can't knock that. It's a beautiful thing when that happens.
I missed the cave. And we both missed the cave, but we're both busy. It sucks.
Yeah. Life happens.
It does. But at least I get to be here with you during the weekly wrap up every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I love this show. I love our audience. I love the people that contribute to the conversation. I just wanted to expand. Let's get the message out there to more people than just us. Let's grow our base. That's what I want.
Let's grow our base, and let's encourage everybody to I just like the idea of what are the top stories this week? What a great way to think, right? To have that investigative mindset, right?
let's take this. Let's give them a chance. Why don't you guys, in 60 seconds, tell us a story that you liked about this week?
Totally.
They can leave us a message of a top story that they liked for the week or that they feel was important.
I like that. I like that a lot. Let's
You
throw
know?
it back to the listeners.
Yeah, I mean, I've always encouraged. That's one thing I love about stereo. You know, Dave, you and I can talk and do podcasting, and we can do our own show and have no problem because we have great chemistry. We know what we want to do. It would be a little bit more structured because it would be a lot less of messages coming in. You know, it would be a lot more structured in time constraints. But the thing that I love about stereo is that it includes the listener in real time and allows them to be a part of the conversation, a part of the show.
I really like that as well. It adds a whole nother dynamic that most times is fantastic.
Most times.
Oh.
That's great. We have a couple already, which is great. But yeah, if right now, what is your topic? Like what article or what topic of the week did you guys find to be that you want to wrap up the week with?
Yeah. What rocked your boat this week?
Yeah. What do you want to be informative about?
Hear.
Let us know in a 60-second message, and we'll discuss it. You know, we've got about 16 minutes of the show left. So let's hear what you guys have to say, and let's discuss it and make you guys a part of the show.
All right.
So let's take the first.
You thought I forgot. You thought I forgot. How dare you think I would forget? I was rooting for you, Big Bear. I was rooting for you. Don't come for me. You're live.
Well, that's true.
I love it.
I kind of am laughing at this whole thing because I'm looking at my screen on my phone right now, and I'm killing my battery because I'm using my Bluetooth earbuds to listen to this. Big Bear, you come up under your name as normal, and Dave, you come up under the initials I use in my phone. So your initials are there. So you're not another thing here right now. You're under your initials. I just looked at my phone. That's hysterical. Anyway, we're waiting for the nail salon to open. We're early. We're here. Not much traffic in my neighborhood, thank God, but it is hot out here as hell.
I'm glad you
hot
made
as
it
all
safe.
Jesus.
Glad you made it
Sorry
safe.
about that.
No, I was just glad that they made it safe after work.
That's right. That's right. And they're ready to get their nails done. Ladies' Day at the spa.
One of my favorites from this week is scientific, and it was about Venus. And Venus, NASA has found that Venus has enough water to support abundant life on its planet.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
Wow. Mind blow, right? Right there.
Oh, I mean, the amount of articles that I've been seeing in like science is nuts. I've never seen this many articles. I mean, it might just be like what's coming to me, or it might be what's being pushed out. Who knows? But just like things like the fact that our scientists, our astrologers, they're using dark matter. They're actually tracing and tracking dark matter in our universe, which is the stuff that like goes in between the galaxies. And they're seeing that there's a pattern to it, so they're trying to actually map it out and track it so they can maybe eventually see if there's any other galaxy that's going to collide with ours.
Oh wow.
So we've not only tracked our solar system and how it rotates around, but now we're using dark matter to track our galaxy and how other galaxies rotate around ours. It's really crazy to think about.
Yeah, talk about like uber brainiacs, right? Like intellect on another level, right?
Yeah, or the fact that we're using these beams to shoot cells at each other and protons and try and create new elements and stuff. Like all of the stuff that we've read as kids in comic books is really coming to life now.
Yeah. Like, what if they created a black hole? Oh God.
Well, that would be terrible, because I've constantly seen videos now, 3 of like a star getting shredded into spaghetti by a black hole, and another black hole getting absorbed, like sucked in by another black hole. It's crazy.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and here we got like the what is it? The Hydron particle accelerator, right? And that's basically what they're trying to do.
And I live next to Fermilab, bro. No idea what's
that?
going on in there. Oh, it's this laboratory that's been in, everybody takes a field trip to Fermilab. No idea what they do there.
It sounds like the chocolate place, Willy Wonka.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Furry
lab.
What's going on there?
What they do there? What do they do? You know what? And I've seen a lot of helicopter, like Apache helicopters, flying. God.
That's never good. That's out of a movie, Bear.
Right? Yeah.
A laboratory, Apache helicopters. Oh, what happens next? Oh,
what
pandemic.
Could go wrong? They didn't mean to tear a dimensional hole and spill the mist everywhere.
Didn't mean to create a pandemic virus. Whoops.
Yeah, exactly. Like every freaking nightmarish movie is just coming to life. Like,
yeah.
Hello? Did nobody read Stephen King or?
Yeah, Stephen King's going, you didn't pay attention to any of my life's work.
That I said. Yeah. We didn't know, Stephen. I'm sorry. We didn't realize that you were the prophet. Yeah, exactly. We didn't know.
Thought you were just an author. Our bad.
Let's take our next one. John Murray.
Hello.
Hello, John.
I'm from Louisiana, and I just want a shout out. Please, thank you for this. Please give me a shout out. It's very boring.
Well, you're underage, so that's why it's boring.
You coming on our show and you asking for a shout out? You supposed to be giving us a shout out.
Exactly. Oh.
Hello, boys. I just wanted to pop in, say hello, see how y'all were doing. I don't have anything like controversial about the week. Mine's all sports because that's my life right now.
Yeah.
Just wanted to pop in, say hi to you guys, to be honest, and say, it's a bright sunny day. Things could be worse. Birds are chirping.
Yeah.
Winds are blowing. It's a beautiful day. Go out and enjoy it, people. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, Irish. I'm going to put you to the test here. I want a 60-second sports update.
There we go. Irish Dad, I heard you on the radio yesterday. Sounded pretty good there, buddy. Hey, and by the way, great day for pineapple pizza. Just saying.
I love pineapple on pizza, but like my favorite combo is sausage, pepperoni, and pineapple. I think that like the three have a really good aesthetic complement. They complement each other. It's good.
That's nice. Pineapple ain't just for Canadian bacon anymore.
No. I'll eat a lot of things on pizza. Just like, I don't know. I prefer not black olives, but I'm okay with it. Definitely, I've never tried anchovies, and I don't plan on it.
No. I could do. I'm a big fan of like mushroom, black olives, and garlic, or tomato, black olives, and mushroom. That's
I'm turning around on mushroom, but I'm not seeking it out. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. And the non psychoactive variety.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
What happened? Oh my God! I just ate a piece of pizza.
More market pantry, less pantry market.
Yeah, there we go. I just had one piece of pizza and now I've been stuck in the corner staring at my hand for 5 hours. What's going on? Oh my God.
That's funny.
Ooh. Another cool, like, sciencey thing was a guy in Oakland, California discovered a prehistoric fossil of an elephant that had 4 tusks.
4?
Wow. I saw that. Giant skull found like in Oakland. Like, wow. So the San Francisco Bay used to be one of the most ecologically diverse and rich areas. My brother-in-law is a biologist, and he's kind of researched the history of the bay and told me all about it. But every stream that used to come into the San Francisco Bay used to have salmon, and so all those they would have grizzly bears hunting the salmon, and there were massive herds of elk. Just a huge, super biodiverse area. So that's not super surprising,
Yeah.
Apparently it was one of the few areas in the country where Native Americans did not even farm because they didn't have to. There was so much abundant food.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's,
Yeah.
That's
Paradise.
utopia. Leave it. Yeah, exactly. Paradise. Leave it to humans to fuck it all up.
Yep. We found paradise. We paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's honestly, like, my buddy and I, I've told you about this once before. We were going to create a concept album and the storyline was that this kid was born without lungs. So this doctor invented a mechanical lung, which then they globalized into like trying to reverse the effects of global warming. And then big business got in the way and said, okay, well, now we don't need any trees. So we can just build wherever the fuck we want. And then the scientist or doctor that invented it like hated the fact that they abused this so much that he sabotaged his own machine to basically reverse the effects and, of course, send the world into a spiral. And governments were panicking, and they were going to they're building rockets to try and get the fuck off this planet and try. They found a new one, and right before, like, as they were just like trying to get everyone on the ships and stuff, they ran out of oxygen, or they were very low on oxygen, and the only one who could survive in that environment was the kid that was born without a lung and has had one of those things in him, and he's the one that like got them to the planet and saved them. So
wow, that's intense.
Yeah, it was very, like, I'm not gonna lie, my buddy wrote it. He thought of it. He heard about this planet that scientists found. It was like back in 2005, 2006. They called it like X32Y or something like that. But they're like, this is a planet that could sustain human life. And when he found out about that, I don't know, this whole idea sparked off in his head. And like his mom used to be a nurse, so that he knows, like, scientifically, like there are kids that are born without lungs. Like that actually happens. So
it's a mind blow.
Yeah, it kind of, again, it's these comic book like stories that like kind of infuse science fiction with real science that make it the most believable.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's political science too,
Yeah, it's like the best comedy, weaves real life into it, right?
Well, and it's just like I've seen many interviews with John Krasinski about his A Quiet Place Part 2, and John is known for being a comedian in The Office. He's known for being a comedian, not to be a director and writer of a horror movie. And so they asked him, like, how did you approach being a horror movie director? And he goes, he told this story about like how when he was in the office, actually, I forget what actor said it, but he was really nervous because he wrote this joke and he really liked the joke and he wanted to nail it and be, make it laugh and stuff. And this actor said, no, don't, you're doing it wrong. Don't try and deliver the joke the best. Deliver the best character. And then if people fall in love with the character, then the joke is funny. So
then the joke lands on its own, right?
So he said, for him, then what he did was he wrote a family drama that he then put into scary situations.
Okay, that's cool.
And I mean, it's fantastic. It literally is. In my opinion, he has replaced Alfred Hitchcock as the master of suspense.
I love it. One of my favorite writers right there. Hey, I got one funny thing that I wanted to wrap with. I don't know if you heard about this. Hunter Biden boasted that he smoked crack with late D.C. Mayor Marion Barry. Did you hear this story?
No.
So this is crazy. This is in the New York Post by John Levine and Bruce Golding, May 28th, 2021. During an 8-minute, 15-second audio clip, President Biden's son and another man were debating whether slain civil rights icons Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi ever used cocaine, which is a weird conversation to be having, when Barry's name came up. Although the mayor from D.C. did, the other man said. Marion Barry, Biden said. You know what? I actually smoked crack with Marion Barry. I swear to fucking God. The other man responded, Jesus. I was in Georgetown. He used to go to a place right next to the guards, Biden said, apparently referring to a since-shuttered bar near the Georgetown University campus. And I was a sophomore. I guess I was a junior when that happened. But he used to come there and drink like late, and I would be there. And he would go to the bathroom. Oh, my God. So there you go, Biden's son bragging about smoking crack with the ex-mayor of ew. Oh my God. Here's a picture of Hunter Biden passed out with a crack pipe in his mouth.
And I wish.
Thank you very much.
Good vibes to you and good vibes to all of our listeners. You guys have a great weekend.
Much love, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend, Bear, and all of our listeners. Much love.
Thank you. Catch you later.
Take care, buddy.